Hello everyone, here we are going to do a restorative exercise for the upper right one central incisor with for a class 4 composite restoration. We are going to use the Genial that is from GC, an upgraded version of the Gradia composite that's been around for a long time. They have replaced the filler with as UDMA, which is much more polishable and stronger. So we are assuming that the tooth has been rebuilt, a wax buildup has been made to the right shape, the length, and the alterations the patient requested. And what we are going to do is take a putty matrix of that, the wax buildup, put it onto the tooth, and all we need from the putty matrix is get the right length, the palatal surface, the width, and the shape from the tooth. That's all we want. So we just need a baseline from it. So this, we are assuming that's how the tooth looks once the restoration is removed or where the tooth is fractured off. So we prepare the teeth. We have prepared the teeth for showing how the restoration is done. So this, we are preparing an infinity bevel so that there is a proper merging of the natural teeth and the composite, and there's no butt joint between them. As you see here is the Genial shade card. So on the left side, what you see is it's similar to the Vita shade card, B1 to D4. That's actually considered as a dentinal shade. And on the right side is all the enamel shades, starting from an adult enamel, junior enamel, senior enamel, cervical enamel. So these are all transparent to translucent shades, which is put on top of the dentinal shade so that the dentine shade sort of shines through it. So you select the shade of the teeth depending on how much enamel is left for the tooth. So that's there in different thicknesses of 0.5, 1.5 to 3 millimeters, so that you can select according to what is left in that patient's mouth. So you select the dentine shade. So that's the shade that goes in. And so if it's A2, that's the dentine shade we've selected. AO2 is a corresponding inner opaque layer that we're going to add. So here we've selected adult enamel AE. A2 is the teeth shade that we selected, and AO2 is what will go inside the A2. So right on the buccal and the palatal will be the enamel shade that we have selected here as AE, but you can compare the different shades of the transparent enamel, the juvenile enamel, the adult enamel. Here AO2 and A2 are quite dark as well. You can just get a basic feel of how the different colors are. So what we're going to do, the layering technique, first we apply the bond onto the tooth surfaces. So etch and bond like usual. Here we're just heating up the composite, just warming up the composite to get a better consistency to work with. So basically they say 39 degrees, which is just a little higher than our temperature. So we just roll it in our hands, and then we adapt it onto the putty matrix. So what we want to get is the length, shape, and the palatal surface, and put the putty back onto the tooth and mold that on the inside, mold it to the tooth and cure it. Always remember, never use bond, because bond weakens the composite. So here we've used a composite primer with a brush. Make sure you don't take any excess, so rub it off on the glove. The matrix strip that I like to use with composites is the soft tricks ones, which you can adapt well, as you can see here, unlike the mylar strip ones, which just stand straight and you don't get a good proximal edge. So we layered it first with an AO2, which is quite a dark shade, like I said. And then we use the dentine shade A2, which is quite a bit off, if you notice, from the incisal edge and the proximal edge, and a little short of the buccal surface as well. So we're just going to build that last bit off with the enamel shade again, and then use a brush to put the right marginal edges, and just finishing off the whole preparation before you give it a final cure. So right on the buccal and on the incisal and the palatal surface are the enamel shades, and the shade, if you have to give any characterization like white spots or brown stains or lines, that has to go on the A2 layer, on the dentine layer, and then put enamel on top of it. So as you can see here, this is the final restoration. There's a lot of methods for composite polishing, which I'll do a separate video for you all to, if you all want, we can do that. This is in case if we don't have a wax up ready. The patient comes in trauma, broken tooth, lost filling, we can just build up the palatal surface and the length with this Rivotech. This is a type of composite, again from JNL, and just cure it and then take an impression of that, and then you can build it up. So I hope you found I found this technique very easy to use, and the results were very good, and it took me no time really. So hope you like it and hope you enjoy it, and subscribe to us, and you can follow us on Facebook as well. Thank you for listening.